Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to discuss about shoulder assessment part 1. So in part 1 we will cover history, observation and palpation. So in history we ask the patient about his or her age. So what is the age of patient? Because some age are prone for some kind of diseases. And in second question, ask the patient or see a patient supported the upper extremity in a protracted position or not. Due to fracture or some pain, patient feel relax in this protracted position. So shoulder pain patient are most of patient supported the shoulder in protracted position. Then what is the mechanism of injury? Because there is chances of fall and outstretched hand which cause fracture or blunt injury, trauma or infection. So first to know about the mechanism, then we can found what are the main problem in hers or his shoulder. Then nature and extent of pain. So nature like delicate pain, throbbing pain, type of pain like tingling sensation like pain, pin pricking pain. These are the type of pain. So in nature, first we know the pain is continuous or intermittent. If then in both of these we can differentiate which kind of disease is happen, because some diseases are having continuous pain, some diseases are having intermittent pain. And if then their type like if for delicate pain there is a muscle involvement, if deep boring pain there is a bone involvement, if tingling or pin pricking like pain there is a nerve involvement, if throbbing like pain there is a vessel involvement or circulatory system impairment. So and in extent of pain, because due to muscle pain it refer some point, nerve pain refer some dermatome. So you know about the nature, extent and type of pain. Then any activity increase pain, because some of the aggravating factor present in certain kind of disease, like in frozen shoulder, if a patient pick a object from above her head or his head, then they may feel more pain or aggravate their pain, or external rotation also aggravate their pain. So there is certain kind of activity which aggravate the pain. So which activity first we know, then we can differentiate then which kind of disease is there. Then what is the patient unable to do? What patient can't do because of severe pain, or in this position patient feel more pain. So found that then how long pain bother the patient, it in morning, in whole day or in evening, because in morning there is a degenerative kind of pain, and in midday uh, it may be due to some injury or leg pain, or in night there is fatigue pain, or due to cancer also in we have pain in the night. Then any position relief pain, which kind of position a patient having more relaxed and don't have pain, because of the injury is not aggravating this position, or any indication of muscle spasm, deformity, numbness, or patient feel weakness or heaviness after activity. We can ask the patient about all these things. Then comes to the observation part. In observation, first we can see, in observation we only see, we can't touch the patient. So in observation what happened, we see how patient enters the department, what are the rate of arm swing, how he support her hand, what happened. And in body build, we first mention there is ectomorphic, mesomorphic or endomorphic. Then swelling, atrophy or skin color changes also we can observe. Then in posture, in anterior view, there is a deformity called step deformity. You can see here. It can indicate the the acromioclavicular joint dislocation can cause this type of deformity, step deformity. In lateral view, we can see the circus sign. Means if you traction the humerus towards the gravity, towards the flow, then you give traction, then there is a hole C in between the glenoid cavity and humerus, is a sign of inferior dislocation of shoulder. Or there is a flat deltoid, deltoid become flat because of anterior dislocation of shoulder. In posterior view we can see the atrophy of scapular muscle, or winging of scapula. So due to the how to know the scapular position, this picture you can see the winging of scapula. So winging of scapula are also some type, like in classical winging, that is medial border is elevated. Rotatory winging, inferior angle is elevated. Dynamic winging, winging with movement occur. And in Sprengel deformity, which is congenital. So if the person having this type of problem, you can ask it become congenital or acquired. And then there is a test to know the scapular position, is called Lenny's test. So how we can perform? We place the instep in C7 spine, then measure the superior part for superior angle of scapula, middle part for root of spine, and inferior part for inferior angle of scapula. Then we come for the palpation. So in palpation, we can touch the patient, measure. So first is the swelling. So in if swelling in one shoulder, then you can measure it by instep and compare with the normal side. Then we know how much swelling is present. For atrophy also, for atrophy you can measure the limb girth and compare to the other side. Then for continuity of bone, we can palpate the bone, like you can see in the picture which bone is where, and we can just palpate the bone, the muscle, we can palpate it. Okay, so then there is some referred pain of muscle palpation, like in levator scapulae, there pain on the posterior shoulder and middle border of scapula. In latissimus musculoskeletal, there is posterior arm, inferior angle of scapula, above iliac crest. For rhomboid, there is middle border of scapula. For supraspinatus, there is greater pivotity of lateral aspect of arm. And for infraspinatus, there is anterolateral shoulder, middle border of scapula. For teres minor, there is lateral arm to elbow. For subscapular is posterior shoulder, teres major for lateral aspect of arm to elbow, and deltoid for over the muscle of lateral arm, coracoraculus anterior shoulder of posterior arm. So, thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe. Bye bye.